As soon as we landed, a new feeling of peace and belonging wrapped itself around me. Though I'd never been to the Highlands before, it was as if I was coming home to a place that's always been waiting for me. It's no surprise though, considering I have Scottish ancestry, a love for folklore, and an unhealthy obsession with the Fraser boys from Outlander. My partner and I both had no idea what to expect from a full month of traveling together 24/7, after knowing each other for only less than a year. After this month, would we survive? Would this be a sign to keep traveling together, or would we break apart after an experience like this? There was only one way to find out. And so my partner and I got into our rental car, which should have been the smallest one, but they gave us this huge BMW because I can't believe I'm saying this, because they ran out of smaller cars. I'm serious. I mean, it's quite obvious. It's the high season, the roads in the Highlands are quite small, and it's very expensive to rent a car at all. Running out of cars seems possible. My partner and I would have volunteered in the countryside for 1 full month in August. Only one of our hosts cancelled on us at the very last minute, so we decided to get a rental car instead and do a 2-week road trip on the NC 500, which is an expensive decision that cost us about a quarter of our savings, but very much worth it. We'd been working so hard to save up to travel. These 2 weeks were absolutely worth my blood, sweat and tears, lots of tears. And so when our host cancelled, we had to make a choice. We decided that going somewhere was better than staying in the same place. Our plane tickets were non-refundable, our apartments were gone, our jobs were gone, so instead of wasting the money and staying sad at our parents' house, we decided to officially start our nomad life by investing in ourselves and in our future. After all, the couple of years before this that I had were so intense and I worked so hard that I needed this. So this was a decision that I was really grateful that we could make this, especially with a little burnout lurking behind the corner waiting to catch me as soon as all the working would make me fall. And so the journey began. We drove up to this beautiful valley and onto part of the NC 500. It was the most beautiful place I'd ever been in my life. I'd never seen such vast landscapes before, stretching out all around us, a blanket of heather in full bloom and no brick or human to be seen, the ultimate introvert wet dream. I lost my rings, the prettiest rings that I bought. One was with a gemstone on it. I had put them in my shoes at the most beautiful beach in Scotland. I turned my shoes upside down because there was sand in them, and now I lost rings. One was for my mom and the other one was for myself. Unfortunately though, one of these days I lost my beautiful rings. I had bought the pink gemstone ring as a symbol of love for myself after getting my first job about 3 or 4 years ago. I bought it for about 70 euros, real silver, real gemstone. It was really cool. Luckily, I lost it after a really nice swim. I put them in my shoes. When I returned from the swim, I put my shoes upside down to get the sand out. Then I put them on and we walked away, later to realize that my fingers were empty. And no, this story doesn't take me to another ring for my beautiful partner, because we had no idea after this trip if we would even continue traveling together or being together, so it was crazy that we were doing this in the first place. Anyway, I lost my ring. I was really sad, but I want to feel better about it, and so I decided to believe it's a sign of the universe that I do not need a thing anymore to remind me that I can stand up for myself and take care of myself and love myself, which is a really nice thought. And my partner said to me, which I will always cherish and remember, "You lost these rings on such a beautiful beach and moment. Now every time you think about what you lost, you will remember this beautiful place and our journey." What I loved most about these small communities in rural Scotland are the small craft shops and artists living among the people. You don't see that often where I'm from. Being an artist means living in the city and hustling and living a very poor life, where people keep asking you when you're going to be a lawyer, and so instead you study marketing to do something worth with your time. Anyway, here in the Scottish countryside, the artists sell their own art. They live, I think, a cheaper lifestyle and a happier lifestyle. They seem to be able to support themselves, and at a first glance it looks like a very happy life. I will always cherish the memory of these artworks and cute craft shops. I think next to the fluffy coos, it's one of the cutest things the Highlands have to offer. to imagine like a sea dragon living here or something. I'm a big believer of folklore, so I do have to say that I'm a bit scared to like walk closer, especially because for some reason I lost my boyfriend. But I'm just too curious to wait. Oh my god, look at this. I don't dare going closer, also because I don't know how fast the sea level goes up here. I'm just a scared little chicken. Oh my god, the sound of this. We did see it and we're out of there. Let's go get a beer. After bringing back our rental car in Glasgow, or Glasgow, how do you say it? We took a bus to drive 2 hours down to the Inner Hebrides for our volunteering position. Now this is a volunteering position where we would not be paid. We'd only get a bed and food in return for our work. So we'd help this couple with cleaning the house, with cooking, gardening, looking after their son's dog who came to stay while we were there, and we learned a whole lot about ancient Scottish flora and fauna. We helped clear their private forest of intruding plants like rhododendrons and bracken. It was a really nice stay and a really cool volunteering position that I'm very grateful for. We should have volunteered for 1 full month, but this actually turned out to be nicer because now we got 2 weeks of a road trip exploring the Highlands and being able to be free and driving everywhere we want, and then the last 2 weeks to stay in one place and learn about local life, which is a really nice experience and eventually turned out to be much of a better idea. Thank you, universe! So on the last night of our volunteering stay, we asked if we could stay in the little off-grid cabin near the forest and their private beach. It all sounds very luxurious and cool, but honestly it's literally just a tiny beach, a cozy forest and a lot of bracken to pee in during the night. This is my favorite kind of luxury, being able to pee anywhere, anytime. During this time in Scotland, my partner and I realized we wanted to keep traveling together, despite having some difficulty with our relationship, because it's hard, after barely knowing each other for a year, to travel 24/7 in a foreign country and just figure it out from there. But we did. Many arguments and experiences later, we're still together and traveling. But I'll tell you more about this later in my next few videos. Scotland was the beginning of our love for nature and travel. Being together, being on the road, and staying at new places that seem inconvenient for most people, but we love it. I love it. Oh my god, look at the cute round window. It's so incredibly adorable, and the view that I'm having right here in front of me is just incredibly beautiful. I'm staying in this cabin for just 1 night because we're woofing. If you don't know what that is, I will put a link in the description below. I will probably make another video about that soon, but I'm just so incredibly happy with everything in my life right now and how it's going. I bought this really cute and expensive thing, but I'm happy because it's better to have good audio quality than it is to have, you know, good camera quality, because audio is so much more important than you think. It's just incredible to stay in such a small cabin. Just staying here in this really cute cabin has made me realize that I actually would like to live off-grid. So this is now something that I'm really looking forward to and something that might be in my future. I am not sure yet about that, but we'll see. And you know, the thing that has really changed is that I would like to build it myself. During this month, I had one big confrontation though with myself. The hardest part for me was letting go of my old life. Of working to be confident, working to be strong, working to push my boundaries and to fulfill my dreams, working to feel safe and working to survive. I had never known anything else. My whole life I convinced myself that I had to work to be allowed to rest, and that you can only be good enough if you work the hardest you can. Honestly, this is all complete bullshit. Now I know, but it was a really tough journey to get there. And I really got confronted with myself when I wasn't working. I was trying to rest, trying to travel in Scotland, living off my savings. But it's hard seeing your savings shrink every day with every expense that you make. Traveling full-time sounds really dreamy, but there is a reality to it that most people don't talk about. I'd love to go into that into another video.
This is honeysuckle.
So definitely stay on my channel if you're curious to hear more about this lifestyle. I'm really happy to feel the wind on my face, to look at the mountains, the dreamy clouds drifting by. It's all there. And it will always be there. No matter what I do, no matter my job or how hard I work or how happy I feel or how sad I feel, this is a given. These mountains will be here, this peace will be here, and this quiet will be here. And if I'm ever at an ultimate low again in my life, I promise myself to go here, to go home. To Scotland.